A new face in our... Hello? Hello! What did you come for? Potions? For your horse or for your men?
Just passing by and decided to have a look. I reckon you're the local healer?
Yes, fortune changed me from a guard doctor to a village healer. It was a calling of the heart, you see. A whole one. Or a broken one. I know you were just passing by, but look, you saved our head man and helped our village. Could you perchance do me a small favor, too?
What favor?
It's fairly easy. I just need 4 bunches of flowers from the Pelian Marshes. There, beyond the hills. They're called ghost lilies. The undead are roaming about everywhere and they spread diseases just like town rats. The Porcus plague, the coronary infection, the chicken cough. Awful. But a preparation of ghost lilies protects you from all that. Can you pick them for me? In return, I'll make you something for the road.
I get you flowers, you give me potions. Sounds like a good deal.
You have no use for potions, but a magic scroll will come in handy. I still remember how to write sigils, fortunately. Oh, I can smell the ghost lilies. Did you bring enough?
Lucky you. I can't smell anything but swamp now.
That's all right. It'll wear off. And for problems that don't wear off so easily, I have something left from my days in the capital and a few other things I made myself. I hope they'll be useful for you. Are you heading to the Mage's Tower? I've a request for you.
Yes. I'm not a delivery boy, though.
I understand. You have your own tasks. But is there any way you could check something for me? I'm worried about my niece.
Go on.
Her name's Yvonne. I haven't seen her for 10 days now. She said she was heading to the tower to meet a friend. Of course, she's an adult now, but I'm still worried.
10 days, you say? That's a long time. I hope I can find her.
Has everyone read Cathon's treatise on the... Aha, I've been expecting you. You're going to help me. See these ignorant disciples? They've littered the school's ether with their mispronounced logoi. You need to cleanse the ether and set a good example for them. Can you see the 3 misshapen logoi?
I can't see anything.
Right. I forgot you never had a proper education. Just wait a moment.
Wait, what are you doing?
Hic sentio logi. Now you can see them. What are you waiting for? Set a good example for my pupils. All you need to do is extinguish the logoi in the right order. If they start multiplying, you've made an error. Begin with the farthest one. Well, start already.
There are others like that. Well, so what? Here goes.
Has everyone read Cathon's treatise on the nature? I never doubted for a second you'd be able to solve our little problem.
I find a sword more agreeable than magic tricks.
For a non-graduate of the Mage's Tower, you did a great job. Better than some of the dunderheads standing before me now. Has everyone read Cathon's treatise on the nature of things? His research suggests the world is comprised.
Are you a first year or what?
Your friend will receive an average in alchemy, if this is what you call friendship.
Silveros is so full of himself. Dark magic isn't for everyone, he says. Indeed. Remedius is way above your level. In order to learn from him, one must be responsible. This will settle his hash. Thank you. It is done. Silveros, you will mock me no longer. My divinations always turn out to be true.
I've had such a good week. I've sold 6 magic tomes, 26 workbooks, and 4 spellbooks. Not bad at all. Wish I could say the same. How's it going for you? Not so good.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
Because today...
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixirs.
Whoa
I'm so
there!
pleased to
Look
my
at that mad
So I
wizard
shielded
go.
a miller's daughter with my left
see
hand,
that every day.
and picked up an iron bar with the other,
Screaming
and
and
battered
running
that
around
bear
like an
about his
arrow-shot
hairy
horse.
snout.
Sounds like he was
Oh
searching for
my.
someone.
Sorry. Oh, you're not from the fair, are you?
Did something happen to you? Are you crying?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know about the fair on the Eastern Road? Merchants from Lorien and Artisania gather there to trade.
No, I arrived from the east. What happened?
My father, Edel, went to the fair and never returned. He promised to return within a day with a present for me, but he's still not back. Perhaps you'll learn something if you're out that way.
Oh my.
Why the tragic sighs, dear fellow?
Let us raise a glass of aquas to the Archmage Cathorn's health instead. Haven't you noticed it yourself? Our spells are requiring more and more mana. Some of them have stopped working altogether. Oh, it feels as though I'm casting with my feet instead of my hands.
Could it be that you're in love?
Let us raise a glass of aquas to love.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixirs. I was so pleased and my heart skipped a beat.
Whoa
With
there!
such talent in the
Look
family,
at that
we
mad
needn't...
wizard.
You were right. The device did measure something. Do you understand anything about its function?
No, of course not. But fortunately, the Creator has heard my prayers. Amanda, a neighbor of mine from Parnack, found me. Let me present her to you, and she'll explain it all.
Amanda? Hello, Amanda.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Amanda, a disciple of the Mage's Tower. Bernard was exceedingly nervous about the device, so I said I would try to figure it out myself. Let me see it. Give me a few minutes.
What does the miracle device say?
It indicates a strong efflux of dark charms in the village, most intensely by the mountain wall. What could it be? Oh, Creator, the Mage's Tower!
A bold hypothesis, but do you have any proof?
Grills! There are several of these round waste grills on high, and one of them is open. That means the mages were dumping their magical garbage down on the village. The locals have nothing to do with it. We thought the villagers of Rickville were poisoning us. They've always hated us. But as it turns out, the mages are truly to blame.
A bold hypothesis, but do you have any proof?
How about this? Let's meet in the Mage's Tower in the yard by the Market Street. I seem to recall something relevant in the archives. Not to worry. I'll figure something out.
Whoa there! Look at that mad wizard go.
Yeah, you know.
I'd visit the Mage's Tower myself and ask around, but I find it very intimidating. Who knows with mages? Maybe I ask about this Parnack stuff and kazam! I spend the rest of my days on a lily pad eating flies. Actually doesn't sound all that bad.
Whoa there! Look at that mad wizard go.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. What did he want?
Have you seen a fellow here called Fontaine? He's from Rickville.
Yeah. He rushed in here just a little while ago. Scared stupid. He's hiding in the backyard, terrified someone's gonna come for him. He's a jittery fella.
Fontaine, come out of there.
Yeah, right. So you can beat me too?
Komos, your master, is looking for you. And for his tools.
I know. That's why I'm hiding.
What nonsense is this? I'll just shake you out of there.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of...
That's better, apprentice. Why were you hiding?
I'm trying to stay away from Komos. I got beaten once already today. I don't need a licking from him, too.
Who beat you up?
These bandits at the fair. I left the carriage behind, too.
Go to Rickville and tell your master.
But you don't know Komos. He won't listen. I abandoned his carriage and tools. Well, that's all it'll take for him to judge me guilty.
Where did these funfair-loving bandits come from?
No idea. I ran for it once the brawl started up. People were being beaten, stalls trashed, things stolen. I just ran. I'm not ashamed. My life is worth more than a box of tools. Whoa there! Look at that mad wizard go.
Yeah, you don't see that every day. What did he...
I want to ask you about the mad wizard you mentioned.
Mad wizard? I can't tell you much. That odd bird didn't say a lot that made sense. It burst in here, eyes all crazed and gleaming, as if someone was chasing it with a broadsword. I tried to calm him. I spoke very soothingly. Then he screamed, "Don't touch me! Palatinus's name is cursed!" And fled, never to be seen again.
Did you see where he ran?
To the old ruins. They're not far from here.
A mad wizard? Sounds suspiciously like Palatinus.
You're Palatinus, right? I have a few questions.
Go away! Stop torturing me! My soul is afire! Can you not see how I am suffering? Oh, never again will I pursue easy money. The elementals are charging my shield right now! If you dare break into their cage, they'll tear you to pieces! Neither you nor they can get me! Now get out of here! Venenum magnum letum veritas vista.
Now what do I do with it?
Amrita, abhava satya. Why can't I remember? Curse this poison! Leave me be! Let me focus! Stop pestering me! Why won't you let me work? Who hired you? Was it Bludgeon? Tenebros? I've got nothing to do with them. Leave! What did I ever do to you?
Do you recognize this letter granting access to the Mage Factory? It has your seal and signature on it. Will you speak up now?
Yes, the letter is mine. I'll tell you the truth. My daughter Teresa is severely ill. Our healers were unable to help her, but I'd heard of someone in Artesania.
Keep to the point. What did these visitors want from you? I think I know their names.
They promised to pay for Teresa's treatment. In return, I was to create a special poison for them. You see, I uncovered a secret of the Dark Adepts. The Mage Factor named it the Widow's Kiss. I haven't a clue why. The poison drives its victims to fits of insanity. Strange name for it. I told Albert numerous times he needed to use Larianese glass flasks, but he never listened. Poor old fellow. I wonder if he's still alive.
How did you destroy the Mage Factory? And don't waste my time with digressions.
Yes, of course. I just need to focus. Those greedy aristocrats. They demanded I make them more poison. As if one order wasn't enough. Because of them, I was in a rush, and then... The boiling flask burst right in front of me, poison spraying everywhere. Well, they ran, of course. Oh, Creator, the sound of those screams coming through the window. Dreadful.
So how did you escape the madness? I'm not inclined to believe you.
I had time to take the antidote. There was little enough of it, but it was effective. And if my hands weren't shaking, I'd buy the elements. I remember nothing more. Why did I come here?
When I found you, you were working on some alchemy. What are you making here? More poison?
No. I know I'm making an antidote. I must eliminate Widow's Kiss to the last drop. This poison must be destroyed. But wait! Only my retort burst. The second was in Ursula's hands. That's it! They still have the Widow's Kiss! You must find them immediately!
Important. So I shielded the miller's daughter with my left hand. I'd picked up an iron bar.
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixirs.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
I should wait until Amanda opens her archives.
It seems my worst fears have been confirmed. A short while before the epidemic began, an artifact was brought to the tower. It was excavated from somewhere deep in the ancient crypts on Mage Actarius's orders. Apparently the mage in question is our librarian. He's incredibly nasty, but he seems to reserve an especially black hatred for me. He refuses even to speak to me.
What are you going to do?
Since you're here, could you talk to him, please? Meanwhile, I'll try to find out something about artifacts and curses.
What does that mean, dear heart?
It means we are going home, my little turtle cake. This was to be expected. I am so sorry, my bright daffodil, but this is the end for us.
Ursula, please be calm. I will deal with this. Now you listen to me. To begin, the disaster was not caused by the poison. Palatinus is wrong. That's not why it happened. Second, we don't have the retort. We left it back at the foundry.
I need details.
Yes, I will tell you everything. You see, we weren't the only nighttime guests at the Mage Factory. We were just fetching the order when I stumbled upon some horrible ritual. And the explosion! We ran outside and that spirit attacked us. It was furious! Ursula dropped the boiling flask. Palatinus saved us. He subdued the spirit with a spell and had let us go. We left the flask behind at the Mage Factory.
You say you left the retort at the Mage Factory. What then?
We were at Castle Ardennes. Palatinus fled right away, and the spirit... What was his name?
Ador. That was what Palatinus called him. That is the spirit's true name, Ador. Unfortunately, before I could command this entity, it called for help.
More spirits appeared, and we ran. Oh, how we ran. And then... what else could we do? We spent our last coin on that poison.
Why should I believe you? You tried to deceive me before.
If you need a witness, talk to Ador. He will tell you we're telling the truth.
We told you everything. You won't put us in chains after we've been so helpful to your investigation, will you?
Compared to the guards who abandoned their posts and this corrupt mage, your moral failings are frankly not all that remarkable. Oh, what has become of the Crown lands?
Guess what I saw in the refectory after supper yesterday?
Roast beef?
A polar bear. A live one.
Oh, stop with your leg pulling.
It really was a polar bear. Honest. It was the size of a cat, though. And then
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many...
Mr. Actarius, pray tell, what was this artifact you discovered in the ancient crypts?
What, again? I'm tired of explaining myself. I haven't followed that kind of research in countless years. I'm a librarian for Ulagi's sake. Ah, that crazy Amanda woman sent you, right? She's always nosing around where she's not welcome.
Sir, you need to cool down. I'm here on an assignment from Prince Adrian. We need to talk.
Oh, so you know the prince personally. What was it you wanted? It's just that...
I want to know a few things about that artifact. What was it used for? Where? And by whom?
I don't know where the artifact is now. This was a long time ago. There might be more about it in the research log. You can find it in the alchemy lab.
That's just what I needed. Thank you, Mr. Actarius. I'm looking for a man named Xandor. Do you know him?
Of course I know Xander. He's the most irresponsible royal mage to ever live. Hard to forget a man like that. The scoundrel took 3 of my books to check for references, and I've neither seen nor heard from him since. It's been more than a week. He's scampering all over the country with my priceless tomes in tow. I keep tracking his movements, but he always manages to slip away.
Can you tell me where Xandor is right now?
Not Xander precisely, but the books. Have you not heard of library markings? Never mind. You'll see everything in a moment. Ecce liberos. Can you feel them now?
Some sneak thief had himself a good hunt today.
3...
Perhaps the culprit came in through the window instead of picking the lock, and made off with his ill-gotten loot that way.
That's just the point. It's impossible. The windows were latched from inside.
The thief must have used magic then. I can't help you with that.
Yeah, and who can? Those cups cost a fortune.
The tower spirits can. They only obey magisters. You'll want an appointment with Meister.
Thievery? Nonsense. It was a magic experiment. Any mage worth his wand could see that.
Do you know something about the stolen silver cups?
You could say that, but the reality is much more complicated. I don't think an outsider like you can appreciate the essence of my research. I'll try and explain the basics. Surely you're familiar with Cathon's treatise on the nature of things? I'd be surprised if you weren't. My experiment was intended to discover whether one's logoi can affect the concept of a silver cup. And it succeeded.
Logoi and the concept of whatever. You had better return those cups. You'll undoubtedly be arrested if you don't.
I admit I do feel a little bit guilty for depriving someone of their valuable possessions. Awkward indeed. It shouldn't be difficult to reverse the spell and have the cups rematerialize from the concept. All I need is the right ingredients. Do you happen to have some mana-infused water, a silver bracelet, and a crystal orb on you? I could go gather them myself, but I'm a little wary of venturing out right now.
Hardly. I'm sure there's plenty of those sorts of things in the Mage's Tower, though.
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many...
I've been waiting for an audience with Mage Erasmus for over an hour, and waiting on someone else.
Shama. What do you think of this marvel? The first prototype Guardian Golem. First, and, until a certain component is found, also the last one.
Who is that giant guarding? I seem to recognize the mantle.
Didn't you recognize the man? That's His Serenity, Archmage Cathorn.
The Archmage, is it? I'm here on behalf of Prince Adrian. I need to speak with him at once.
Oh, that's out of the question right now. First, the Archmage is deep in meditation. He dislikes being interrupted. Second, the Archmage is in low spirits. As his disciple, I assure you 'tis better to wake a dragon than face him in such a state.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Sorry, I got distracted.
Are you studying celestial bodies?
Yes. I monitor the glow and color of the stars, for such is my discipline. I can see you've come from afar. The road that lies ahead of you is also long.
Yes, I have traveled many places, and will probably visit many more. What are you trying to say?
I have a map to a dungeon. It is full of magic artifacts and ancient treasures. I had once thought of going there myself, but I see now that this will never happen.
Are you going to sell this treasure map?
Of course. It's yours for a mere handful of gold coins.
Let me think. Last time something like this happened, I ended up fighting an army of skeletons.
How wonderful. You're rich.
I'll come back to tell you of my adventures in the dungeon.
That map is more than just a dusty old bit of vellum with an X on it. It is a dream. May it come true in your hands.
Shamak. Amalor. Agazol. Elder spirits, hear my voice. By the frigid seal of Enkarish, I adjure you. In the name of Mactus, I summon you.
I've been waiting for an
Hear
audience
me,
with Mage Erasmus
rulers
for
of
over
the
an hour.
depths.
And waiting
Hear
on
me,
someone else is
rulers
quite
of
contrary
the
to my noble nature. Yet, I am forced to swallow my pride this time.
Is this a...
Kaythorn's still too busy to see me. For now, I must rewrite the control logos encryption, just to make sure Bludgeon doesn't seize control of our golems.
I implore you. No, I demand of you.
I implore you, no, I demand of you, capture that darned spirit. Castle Arden is my ancestral home. It's not in the best condition right now, but I can't allow a rogue elemental to tear it down.
My dearest Lady Gisela, please be patient. I already sent several disciples to resolve this issue.
If I started selling my patience at 5 coppers a cup, I'd be richer than the king.
I hate scrivening. My hands are the color of ink right to the elbow.
This merchant isn't very watchful of his goods.
Have you been bewitched?
What do you know about Palatinus? He's been spotted roaming the Tower grounds recently.
I have no idea who you're...
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests.
Mana-infused water, a silver bracelet, and a crystal orb, as requested.
Perfect. I had just enough time to reread Iphicletes. Cathon criticizes his theory of the world being composed of minuscule particles, remember? Undoubtedly, the Archmage is right. The world is nothing but materialized concepts. You're about to witness a simple experiment that proves just that. I found several books in Oleron's library describing a conceptual materialization ritual. It didn't take long to compile my own incantation.
That's all well and good, but you need to return those cups.
Weren't you listening? I just said I'm ready to materialize the concept of a silver cup. Oh, can we move on from the cups finally? Just so you know, I returned an extra cup for good measure. I'd much rather you considered the number of books loaned out by the library that never return. That's the real tragedy. I was trying to find the last volume of King Demir's deeds to better acquaint myself with dwarven magical traditions, but it was nowhere to be found. Imagine that.
Hey!
The Rector's birthday is the most important event of the semester. A good many eminent guests will be here, and they won't be easy to impress.
Impressing people is my business. What do you know about Palatinus? He's been spotted roaming the Tower grounds recently.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Another blotch of blight.
Too close to the Mage's Tower.
Knight Baldwin, one of the heroes of King Maximus's age, will give battle to the infection. He was able to protect Marcella from the rebels. The very brilliance of his armor inspires hope in human warriors. His army is waiting for you.
Enjoying the view? Isn't it dangerous to breathe the air up here?
What? What do you mean?
I mean you're dumping the waste left over from the artifact examination upon the village of Parnak.
How did you find out? Did that spirit send you?
What spirit? Sax, you poisoned an entire village. That one yonder, down there.
It's not my fault. I was following the spirit's orders. Look, that artifact is possessed by a spirit. A ghost. Some restless soul. It's been haunting my dreams. Then it demanded I ignore the rules and dump the waste right over there.
But why?
The water was imbued with a magic that empowers the spirit. Once that water ended up in Parnak, they all got sick. Now he wants to know where the artifact is buried, but no one's going to tell me that. I'm a mere disciple. An exhausted disciple.
What's good for this spirit is poison for men. Now you must wait for this spirit to be exorcised. Hello? Someone cast a spell on you. I should take a look around. Kuransis. I'd better question him. A mage named Kuransis was here. Where search for a mage if not in the tower?
Eager to boost your power, enhance your self-esteem and efficiency, reach new heights? Magic has everything you need.
Great. I'm searching for a certain mage. His name is Kuransis. He's a mage, like everyone here.
Ah, I see. His house is to the left of the tower, overlooking the main square.
Many thanks. Oh, and I'll think about that power boost.
I can't speak right now. I can barely move, see? There's so much to do.
I'm not giving you a choice, wizard. Remember Yvonne?
Ah, Yvonne. It's totally harmless. She won't even age while she's frozen there. Her beauty awaits me.
You enchanted her so she'd wait for you. Are you mad?
I was frightened. I worried that she'd leave me if she was free to.
How do I lift the curse?
Just stand before her and speak the word care aloud. She'll become animate again at once. Listen, life has been hard on me of late. Perhaps I shouldn't have done it, but I feel as though I'm barely alive right now. We were casting the spell for several days straight, pouring mana all over the quarantine dome over Monpatri. Please, I want to apologize. Bring this unwilting bouquet to Yvonne. I enchanted it for her. Will you do this for me?
No, I'll lift the curse because it's the noble thing to do. Handling your love affairs is entirely up to you. Do you have anything to add?
Oh, well.
What do you know about Palatinus? He's been spotted roaming the Tower grounds recently.
I have no...
Care.
Ugh.
Are you okay?
What happened?
Karensis put a spell on you. I lifted it.
By the gods. Ugh, my head is spinning like a top. Ugh.
Today's a very important day for us, my lovely.
But why?
My boy wrote to say he started studying the art of brewing elixirs. I was so pleased and my heart skipped a beat. With such talent in the family, we need...
So I shielded the miller's daughter with my left hand.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Did you find anything out at the Mage's Tower?
An evil spirit made a laboratory assistant from the tower dump magic waste right onto your village. That waste was infused with the spirit's power. That's what was poisoning you.
But why did this ghost want to harm our village? What did we ever do to him?
It's hard to say for sure. His slumber was disrupted, so perhaps he wanted to get revenge.
What now? Will this entity feed on our strength until we all wither away to empty husks?
I don't know the answer to that. However, the spirit desperately needs the artifact, and the mages buried it somewhere. I don't know exactly where.
Oh, why did I get tangled up in all this? There's no hope left for us. If someone could find that wretched spirit and bring it to justice. The entire village is dying and no one cares. How is that possible? You work for the prince, don't you? Help us. Amanda said the artifact had been dug up from those crypts on the other side of the bridge.
Oh my. Why the tragic sighs, dear fellow? Let us...
Did you find them? Did you get the retort?
No, it's still at the Mage Factory. Ador knocked it out of Ursula's hands.
Oh no. It fell on the floor then. That's even worse. The retort may have been damaged. If so, the poison will start seeping out and spread around the Mage Factory. And then, who knows how many more people will go mad from breathing in its miasma. The Widow's Kiss has already destroyed the Mage Factory.
There's no plague or poison in the Mage Factory. It was wiped out in the course of some sinister ritual. Not by the Widow's Kiss. You can go straight in, retrieve the retort, and destroy it. Open the portal.
I can't. No one can. The Mage Factory is quarantined by Cathorn's magic and a whole army of mages. Besides, I can't even remember how to get to the Mage Factory. My mind's on fire. I need to neutralize the poison, and quickly. But how can I do that with the Widow's Kiss still inside the Mage Factory? Find the retort, and your reward will be generous. You have my word.
Have you picked up a plague mask from Remedius yet?
Are you sure?
What, never caught any ghosts? Just throw it!
The hell with him! I didn't sign up for this.
What's going on here?
Our mentor sent us to this castle and provided this magic cage. We are to catch a rampaging elemental.
Don't be silly. This is no simple elemental, but a primordial spirit. It summoned its own horde of lesser spirits for minions. It's mighty powerful. And this dunderhead left the cage way over there.
I spoke with your mentor recently. His guest, a noble lady, asked me to help capture the spirit. With reason, I can see.
Really? That's great news. If you could clear a path for us, we'll sneak up to the cage and capture the spirit.
What are you waiting for? Go ahead and attack them!